now is the moment that the doers start to create new initiatives, share knowledge, connect themselves to have an impact. It's the right time to do that. And probably we have to move from, thought leader from one side to doers. All people have to try to move in a step-by-step, in a daily basis, from thought leader to doer.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Engatica's interview series. I'm your host Nimilika and we're really glad to have you join us today. Today we have Alberto Garuccio, an innovation, tech and sustainability thought leader on the show. Welcome, Alberto.
Hi, welcome. Happy
We're
to be
so
here
glad
today.
to have you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for being here.
thank you.
The Engatica interview series is a powerhouse of insights from industry experts and influencers from around the world. A platform that provides the latest news on AI, automation, and technologies that will help you grow your business. Come, be a part of a community, learn, share, and grow with us. Alberto, let's jump into our conversation. And I'll start off by asking you, how do you think innovation can help businesses achieve their sustainability goals?
Yeah, this is, I think, a real crucial point, because I think that is a good point starting from define innovation, because there are something that is related more on technology and something that is related more of business, And speaking about business innovation, I think that we have to find the right way to improve, maybe not disrupt, but improve, which is the way in which we approach to the problem normally. And this is something that innovation could help. Is something that have to be a mindset in a common way to work. And this is not easy for a big corporation mainly to achieve this mindset, So in my opinion, the first benefit that innovation can bring inside an organization is try to change the mindset before the result, before which is the topic, which have to manage, and so on. Is it something that could help people to change the mindset?
Yeah. And what do you think technology's role is in bringing out this innovation?
And technology is obviously something that could faster this process, and we every day use technology to realize something that could be really valuable for our customer.
Right.
And in my opinion, technology is something that could help us to provide the best service for customer, for instance, but also to improve our internal capability to manage processes. And probably is something that we, at the moment, don't understand really for the huge potential that in the next year we will have to manage. Also in the normal activities of day by day, it's not something only related to a big goal to achieve. It's something that could really enter in our day by day in the next years.
Yes, yes. So apart from corporations, you're saying even, general public should also make use of this to attain sustainability goals. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and sustainability, for instance, in my opinion, technology could help to measure the achievement. So when you have to achieve a goal, the tough part of these activities is measure it, because today a lot of people are engaged in sustainability topic. A lot of people understand why it's important, why we have to do something now. But what is really tough is measure the impact, and technology is a way to clarify the context and measure the result you have to achieve. And in my opinion, this part is really relevant, because if you don't move from a good idea to something that could be measurable, you cannot achieve an impact, a real impact, It's something that you think that you have done, but you have to measure it. And technology helps you to realize it and also to measure it.
Right, you're right. And as a mentor to international innovation and entrepreneurial programs, what advice do you have for early stage startups that are just starting out?
Yeah. My first advice for team also based here in Italy, we started with a lot of great team to think about the new venture, to how they could address the problem, but also could achieve results in the long term, The first advice that I provide them is bet on the team, because obviously is the main part that they have to address. There is no possibility to realize a big result or launch a venture if the team is not really strong from many point of view, from also the way they approach to work together, for instance, but also from their competencies and also from their network. So I think that the first advice for sure is bet on realize or add also new member to create a really strong team at the beginning.
Yes.
This is before think about the solution, think about what you have to do. And after that, for sure, the network is the main part, because you have to be able that what you want to achieve be really impressive in the society, is really important for stakeholders that you want to involve, is really meaningful. So the second part on which they have to really work is on their network. So before create a core team and then work on a network,
Yeah. So it all has to start with people, connections, and then work will automatically happen.
Yeah, for sure. And this is, as you now told me, is a step, You have to build up every day something, starting from the team, for sure.
Yeah. And how do you balance the need for innovation with the need of financial stability in such startups?
Yeah, so financial stability also, or also the capability to raise money, is a really crucial point. In the looking at the data, the recent data in end of 2022 or the beginning of 23, this part is the main reason, if not properly managed, is the main reason on which the startup fails. So, okay, is everybody know that is a really important part. You have to engage in the day by day to the investor to provide a support to your new venture, So I think that they have to they have to create a strategy, a sustainable strategy that could be really achieved. And in the past, it was really common think about the main part important is have a boost in the growth, before looking at the real financial part of your company. And in our sector, in InsurTech and FinTech, for instance, now the main focus is on the profitability of the company. In InsurTech is the profitability. And for sure, this is a really tough part for new venture, because you have to create a customer base, you have to launch a new platform or technology, you have to invest to create it, and you have to manage properly the business that are really different, looking at different sectors. So in our industry, you cannot start to think that the insurance management is not relevant, at the end of the story. So I think that probably we are in a new era for the startup, in which is more important to allow a balanced growth and a financial stability too, before looking at I don't know, exponential growth that cannot be managed from the funding point of view in the medium term,
Yeah, that is beautiful. And now that you've spoken about fintech, what are the key trends that you find in fintech and insurance industries, and how do you think these trends will shape the future of these sectors?
Yeah, looking at our industry, the tech trend are quite the same of other industry. Is not so different, because all technology without a right way to address it, to reply to customer needs, are not so useful. So for this reason, in many industries, there is the same approach, to find the right way to use technology for business purpose. Looking at fintech and insurtech space, all the technologies related to the digital transformation are really relevant. For sure, the technology that are applied in a process in which the customer have a role from the engagement point of view, for the sharing information point of view, for other all the activities that involve the customer are really tech-based in our industry to be really effective. From the process point of view, all of us at the moment speak about AI, generative AI, how they could help a company to really improve their effectiveness from the productivity point of view, from the the way they are able to identify insight starting from their data. I think that without an umbrella that we call AI, there are a lot of trends that at the moment are really relevant, and in the future could help company to really create something that could address the needs of customer. Then there are another bunch of technology that for sure could be relevant in our industry. We listen every day to speak about metaverse, to speak about blockchain, to speak about IoT, a lot of technology, but in my opinion, the moment in which technology leave the hype and arrive in a right way to be useful for company to address needs of customer is the time in which we stop to speak about trends and we start to speak about impact,
Yes.
And speaking about trend, the only one that could have a really impact in the short, medium term at the moment, in my opinion, is the AI. The other one are not so mature or are not so really able at the moment to be used to have a real impact.
Right.
There are something that we have to look as trend for sure, but they are not so mature to have an impact at the moment.
Okay. Okay. And what are some of the biggest challenges in the innovation community?
The biggest challenge is, from my point of view, is avoid to speak about trends as the most important part of the innovation, you know, because all of us have a lot of passion about the topic, about how we can do in the future, about a lot of things that are really interesting if you look at how we are able to realize a new solution and so on. But in my opinion, innovation is not only think about this, it's something that have to be realized to have a real impact, you know? So this is the tricky part of our business, because also in my experience, we are more inclined to speak and look at the future when we think about innovation, that look at what we can do now using what is able to be used to address new solution and so on. And this is the really challenge, I think, also into the innovation community, because maybe it's not so funny, you know. It's a beautiful speak about metaverse, but when you try to move after the buzzword metaverse and start to think about, okay, metaverse, well, now what do we have to do? The rule changes. It's not so easy. It's not so funny. It's not so glamour. It's something that I think is the tough part from one side, but also the most important one from an innovator, you know?
Yes. And you are an influencer in fintech and insurtech space. How do you see your platform advocate for positive changes, and what are you most passionate about?
But maybe in my daily activities, I use my social media channel to spread knowledge, you know, and this is, I think, the most important part, that someone that could receive this, you know, this name of influencer. It's not so easy to be a real influencer in a community, you know, but I think that you have to start daily start to share knowledge. This is the main important part. And from the other side, try to engage with people to understand also their point of view, because it's something that could enrich both, you know. It's not only way communication. This is the most important part, I think, that someone that want to help the innovation community to grow could bring as background for sure, but also as daily activities. In Techstar, we have realized a digest, for instance, in focus on insurtech, in which we on a weekly basis we share information and something that could be helpful for founders, but also for people interested in insurtech topic, to understand where the market will go into the future, to understand which are the main trends, as we mentioned before, but also to understand what person and people involved in our industry do really now on a daily basis. So we look at use cases that could be inspiring for other person. It's a mix, you know, that we try to manage, and I simplify speaking about knowledge, but is something more complex we try to provide. Yeah.
Yeah. And looking ahead, what are the biggest opportunities for innovation in the coming years? And how can businesses best position themselves to take advantages of these opportunities?
And I think that speaking about the medium term, the next year, we will have a period in which there will be a great opportunity to catch, starting from technology, but also starting from changing in the regulatory point of view. And this mix of change could help people to launch new venture starting from scratch, because from one side, technology help us to create something that could be available without the constraint that in the past were. And looking at the change from the regulatory point of view, there is a really interest for a lot of stakeholders to start to collaborate together. From the data sharing point of view, it already happened in fintech, and it also in Europe is a really hot topic in the insurance sector. The collaboration between companies try to create new opportunities starting from an open innovation approach, as a concept that could be really developed in the medium term, because now we have the capabilities to do that. It is a concept that was already mentioned in the year before, but we weren't able to unlock the potential. And I think that in a couple of years, we will really able to create the context in a fintech and insurtech space to be able to achieve this huge potential and opportunities.
Yes, that is wonderful. And before we end our conversation, do you have any sound bites you would share with our audience?
Yeah, but I would like only share this, but this is related to my experience as innovator. We talked before. It's not something that is really, I don't know, complex or related to the future. I would like to only share with all of you that I think that now is the moment that the doers start to create new initiatives, share knowledge, connect themselves to have an impact. It's the right time to do that. And probably we have to move from, thought leader from one side to doers. All people have to try to move in a step-by-step, in a daily basis, from thought leader to doers. It's the right time to do that from many points of view, from the innovation point of view, from the sustainability point of view. Is something that we could really do because technology could help us to do that. So I think that we will have a really interesting period in front of us. And we have to achieve the best from this period and try also to give back something to people. Yeah.
That is so good. From thought leaders become doers. Don't think. Thinking is done. Just start doing. It's such a beautiful message that our audience has gotten today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here with you today.
We are humbled to have you in our show today. For more content, subscribe to Engati and tap the bell icon to get access to exclusive content from thought leaders from around the globe. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you with a new expert soon.
Great.
Thank you.